Hello, everybody.
Hi.
How's everybody doing? How are you doing? I didn't even ask you that before we started.
Oh, normally we do. Then we just go through the formalities again. I'm good. I'm just sleepy today. How are you?
Me too. I'm also sleepy, but I'm happy because we're going on a cruise next week, and next week is Canadian Thanksgiving, and we're going to be gone for it. And so we decided to have our Thanksgiving yesterday, and I love me some turkey, so I had some good turkey yesterday, and then I had a turkey sandwich today for lunch, and I'm just...
Oh, leftover turkey hits different.
So good.
It's so good.
And I'm drinking my diet cranberry ginger ale, which only comes out at the fall time, and I'm just so happy.
I love fall limited edition things because they just hit different. Especially because you can't have them all year, and fall's already the best season, so it just makes it even better.
Truly. And there's nothing better than drinking cranberry ginger ale and eating turkey. There's nothing better than it. I love it so much. My mom literally got me a package of them for Christmas last year.
Wow.
In glass bottles too. It was fancy shit.
You were living the life.
I grabbed the gift box and I pulled it over. I'm like, why is this so heavy? What is in here? Ginger ale.
I love that.
Yeah. Okay. So we are here today to discuss "Payback's a Witch" by Lana Harper. Lana Harper.
Mm-hmm. I think Lana.
Lana.
That's how I've been pronouncing it.
I don't know why I said Lana. Not once in my head have I said Lana. But Lana Priya. Once upon a time, Regina. Lana Priya. Lana Harper. Here we go. Got it. Got there in the end. "Payback's a Witch" by Lana Harper. I almost said Lana again. Not gonna lie. This was our September book of the month. I just hit myself in the face.
I forgot that September was the month we were just in. I was trying to think of it earlier today, and I was like, wait, what happened?
Brain is not braining. Things are not making sense.
Well, because I was confused. I was talking to my boyfriend about A Darker Shade of Magic because that was our August pick, but I said September because I don't know. It's just weird, man.
Yeah, I remember when I was making all the tweets for announcements and stuff, I had to triple check myself to make sure I was getting the right month in.
Yeah, time is so weird.
So weird. But yes, so we read this book this month. I literally finished it last night at 1 a.m.
She pulled on me. Normally I do that.
Yeah, I mean I started it last week, I think. It's my friend Lorena's copy. I'm borrowing it from her, and she dropped it off at my friend's house that I was going to, and I think that was no, I don't know. It was a time ago. Yeah. I started it immediately. I just
yeah.
Energy's not here, but I was telling Alyssa.
Oh.
This is not my copy. I cannot damage it.
That was a very dramatic fall, too.
Oh, that could have been bad. I would have had to buy Lorena a new copy.
Yikes.
So I was telling Alyssa yesterday that, when you're reading, and it just feels like you're reading.
Yes, when the words are wording.
Yeah, when the words are just words, there's nothing going on in your head. You cannot focus. The story is just not storying.
Yeah. It's so jarring too. It's just wow.
Because sometimes you fall so deeply into a story that it does not feel like you're reading. It just feels like you were there in the story, in the world, and the pages just fly by. You're not noticing it. I was painfully aware of every single page in this book.
Oh no.
Which is
I had a few moments like that, but it wasn't the whole book.
Yeah. I mean, there was one section maybe where it wasn't, but that was just because I had nothing else to do.
Yeah.
But it's not to say that this book is bad, because I don't think this book is bad. I really I did enjoy it. So I don't know why I felt like that. I could not tell you what about it was not letting me sink into it. I just I don't know if it was the writing. I think I like the writing. I didn't notice anything.
There was a few words that just felt really random. That it kind of took me out because I was like, what does this mean? I can't remember any, but I just remember there was a few moments where I was just like, oh, what is this word?
I have no idea. But like, I just also feel like when maybe I was in the mood for this. I don't know what mood I'm in currently, to be completely fair. And then also like, I just couldn't focus. Could not focus. Oh, Kirsten's here.
Hi.
Did you finish the book? Because she said she was gonna try to read it.
Oh yeah, did you?
Did you read it, or are we about to spoil you? Can I actually spoil anything? Do I remember enough things to spoil, even though I finished it yesterday?
Head empty, no thoughts. Yeah, I had to pull up all my Kindle highlights because I don't really remember much.
She did not finish it.
I remember she messaged me too. She was like, "Oh, I gotta read this so fast."
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, the live show soon.
Like, I was so close to not finishing this. Like, I so desperately, all I wanted to do yesterday was watch this Netflix show, 28 Days Haunted. I started it months ago, and then I just never finished it, so I wanted to watch it.
Have I never heard of that? Is it good?
Oh my god. Yeah, so it's basically, it's the show. We're already off topic. We haven't even started discussing the book yet. It's basically the show where they get these like paranormal investigators and mediums, and they test. Do you know Ed and Lorraine Warren, like the Conjuring people?
Yes.
Yeah. So they had like this 28-day theory where like if you spend 28 days completely secluded in a haunted space, then like you get to experience like the full paranormal effects of that place, or like they just get stronger and stronger, and all these things happen at certain points. So they wanted to test this theory. So they had 3 different groups of paranormal investigators and mediums, and they went to these 3 incredibly haunted places, and they stayed there for 28 days, no phones, no nothing.
I could never.
Yeah. I don't think they had their phones, but they like weren't allowed to leave the property. And they went in not knowing anything about like the hauntings or anything, and they like any information that they got was through like talking to the spirits and stuff. Yeah. So it was really interesting. I watched the last 3 episodes last night after I finished reading. But yeah, that's all I could think about last night. I've been on like a huge ghost hunting kick recently, because when I was at my friend Aaliyah's house picking up this book, she was watching Sam and Colby on YouTube.
Oh, they're ghost hunting.
Yeah. So I've been watching a lot of their videos ever since, because I used to watch them as a kid. Like when I was younger, I used to watch them and I completely forgot about them. But I totally have a crush on Colby. Like still. Little emo boy. And like one of their videos was like sponsored by Hot Topic. I was like, that's so iconic of them though.
Perfect.
And they apparently have like signs of like them like in Hot Topics.
Wow.
Yeah, and apparently they're like banned from a mall, like their like hometown mall, for like filming like crazy things in there. But like now they're like in the Hot Topic. Colby is hot, pass it on.
That's so funny.
Yeah, told Brittany I was on chapter 4 and I really stayed on chapter 4. Yeah.
Yeah. I like when I first started reading it, I went through it like really fast, but then I stopped because A Gathering of Shadows came in and I prioritized that. But then when I got back into it, it was harder to like get into.
Yeah. Like I remember I think I read like 1 chapter and then I immediately like put it back down. I was like, I don't want to do this. And then, like I kept stopping in the middle of chapters, which I never do. And I was like, I just wasn't there.
I did too. That was one of my issues. I stopped in the middle of chapters in this book, and I hate doing that.
And like the thing is like this book isn't bad. Like it was good. I enjoyed my time with it. There's things that I enjoyed. I could not put my finger on what was keeping a distance for me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Could not tell you. You know what I really want? I want a book like this, like, you know, this kind of genre of story where it's like a romance, but it's like witchy or magical or something, like the X-Hex, like that genre of book. But I want it to be ghost hunters.
Oh, I'm on it. I'll write it for you. Don't worry.
Yeah, thank you. Like, you know, like the Library of Shadows, right? And the paranormal investigators. I want like a story about them.
Imagine like, Rachel writes a book about them. I would.
I think I might have told her before. Like, I need a book just about them.
That would be so good.
It'd be so cute, and like I feel like she'd be down for it too. Like Posey and Shepherd, like cute.
Yeah, that would be adorable.
You know what? This is
literally. I love Cal. Oh, Kirsten's writing the book too. We'll have a little competition.
Amazing.
Not a competition because they're both gonna be great. Just two.
Okay, Alyssa. Yeah, like I just want a book about ghost hunters. I did write like one little snippet like forever ago about like ghost hunters and like a haunted hotel.
It's so funny because like I love ghost stories, but like I'm absolutely terrified of ghosts. Like thinking about them IRL, it makes me scared.
I've never had like a proper experience. Like we went to, like I've been to haunted places too. Like I went to the Queen Mary.
I don't know what that is.
It's a haunted ship. Sam and Colby went on it. I haven't watched their video of it yet, but they went. I can't remember where it is. It's like in LA, I think. But I went there. Nothing happened. I went to the Winchester house. Nothing happened except my mom. We went into the basement. It was like an extra like tour that you could pay for. And we went into the basement and my mom got so freaked out. She heard footsteps and she jumped and she screamed. And then she realized it was just other people on a tour above us. Oh, I can't hear you. Why'd you? Oh, did you mute yourself?
My headset got disconnected. I think like just knowing you're in a place like that, like you're just more susceptible to like.
Yeah, she's also just a scaredy cat. She doesn't watch horror movies or anything. Yeah, I did. It was cool. It was a cool house. Like no ghosty like experiences. Like beside the point. Like it was like a cool house. Like, do you know about the Winchester house?
I'm googling it now.
Oh yeah, so it's basically like this woman. Her husband, like back in the day, like back like during the war or something, made like Winchester rifles. So like he supplied all the rifles for like the war. And so when he died, the wife, I can't remember what her first name is, but she felt like all the spirits who were killed by his rifles were like trying to like get to her or something.
Yeah.
So she like held all these seances and stuff in her house, and she was told by like spirits or whatever to like, I don't know, she's like kept expanding her house, like kept building her house, renovating her house. She would have doorways going to nowhere, like trying to like trick the spirits. I think that's like that's what she was doing. So she like had doors to nowhere. She had like really like small narrow stairs. She had like all these weird things. It's like a really funky house.
Yeah.
And like she has like 13, like a lot of like 13. So there'd be like 13 stairs or like lots of sevens too, like a lot of like number things. Yeah, it was a weird house.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's a movie about it. There's a horror movie about it, and I didn't like it. I thought it was boring. But the actual house itself was really cool. Yeah. Anyways, we're so off topic.
It's just on brand for us at this point.
Yeah. Anyway, we're also just procrastinating that we have no idea what to say about this book.
Yeah.
Zero thoughts in my head.
Well, what are your overall thoughts for the book?
Well, like, fuck, I don't know. I enjoyed it. Like I did. I liked the romance. I thought they were cute. I think that was like the one part that like kept me going the most. Like I didn't really particularly care about the plot. Like the whole like competition thing. I also don't really know like what the point of it was.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, because like that was like in the synopsis too. Like that. Well, I guess not the competition per se, but like the
it is
them teaming up. Like that wasn't really like present in the book.
They really only like pulled revenge on him like 3 times, and like it only really went well twice. And I also am like, but what are you really doing? Like I feel like it would have been way more interesting, in just my personal opinion, if like they did like petty little like things on him, like little like jokes and like pranks and I don't know, or like I don't know. I didn't particularly care about the tournament. I didn't really understand what the point of it was, why it was such
I didn't understand what was like happening either. Like it just went completely over my head. Like when she was like saying like what was like what the like thing was like for each like different round, I didn't understand.
Not me either.
Like I had absolutely no clue.
And like she's the arbiter. Emmy is the arbiter, which I don't really know what that is, but that just could be a dead brain. But she had, what was it called? The
grimoire?
No. The thing that like made her all big and tall.
Oh yeah, I don't know what that is, but I know
I don't
what you're
remember.
talking about. I didn't even process that she was big and tall
Me
until
either.
like one point when it was like her cousin, and then they said that she was a giant. I was like, wait.
No, see, I got it during the first like tournament round thingy, but I didn't realize it at first until like she made a specific comment about it, and I was like, just picturing like this huge giant just like
So
booming on everybody, and I was like, okay then.
Yeah, I did not process it at first.
Yeah, like I didn't really get like the importance of the tournament. I'm like, maybe I just missed something because I wasn't like fully focusing.
Well, I think it was to like crown like who was like the better witch family at the moment, I guess. But like I don't understand like what they get out of like winning. That part kind of went over my head.
How often does it happen, did they say?
I think every 50 years.
Interesting. Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked the characters for the most part. Like they were fine. Like Lyndon, and although I'm not gonna lie, I thought Lyndon was a boy at first. Lyndon is
it was so girly.
yeah, so like I had to like correct it in my head every time, and I don't even know why. I think it's just the name was giving me boy vibes.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lyndon, Talia, Emmy, I liked them. They were my favorites. They're like the main people anyway, but I liked them. I liked Talia and Emmy. I thought they were cute. Yeah, they had some cute moments.
Though I do feel like their romance kind of happened fast. Like I felt like it just happened really fast. Well, especially because like since Talia had the like her last relationship, she said that was really hard. But like I feel like she kind of went into it fast.
She's a hopeless romantic though. Like I get it.
We love that for her.
I think they were just very like instantly attracted to each other, and I think they also liked each other back when they were in high school, but just never made it known. Yeah, because like Emmy always thought that like Talia was just like this untouchable kind of like person that like never noticed her or anything, but that's not the reality. Like Talia did notice her, and like
it was cute when she mentioned something that she saw Emmy do before, and she's like, "Oh, I didn't know you were paying attention." She was like, "I always paid attention." I was like,
yeah, and I do like that Emmy kind of like always viewed Talia, I guess, as like this really like hard like kind of person, I guess. And then she ended up being really like soft and like a hopeless romantic, and just like really really cute. What are your overall thoughts?
I thought it was nice, but I feel like I wanted more from like the payback thing. I wanted the I enjoyed it. I wanted them to do like more. Like I wanted what's his face?
I wanted it to be more intense.
I did too. Yeah, because I thought they were gonna do like more, but then it was just like in the tournament, which I guess makes sense. But yeah, but I liked the characters, and I liked like the interactions between all of them. That felt like very like realistic, and
yeah, I think I would have liked this book more, Joey, if the plot was different. Like if maybe there wasn't a tournament and there was like something else going on, where the revenge could take more of like a front seat to things. I did like the magic though, and the town. I liked all the descriptions of the small town. That was fun.
Oh, it was beautiful. I liked how like the magic was tied to the town as well. Like if you leave, like your magic dies down, but when you're there, like you're cool.
I would hate that. Would you like to live in Thistle Grove? That's what it's called, right?
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know. I think I would like to live there, but knowing that like if I leave, there's like...
Yeah, like you lose a part of yourself.
Yeah. And especially like if you get so used to it. Like even Emmy, like she thought she was fine in Chicago, right? That's where she was? Yeah, like when she came back, she's like, oh, I wasn't fine actually.
Yeah. Like, I think it'd be a cool place to visit, like to be a tourist in, which they did mention, like they had like touristy people. So I think it'd be a fun place to visit and like spend a Halloween season in, unbeknownst, like not knowing like the magic or anything.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun, but because I think I would feel trapped if I were to live there.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well,
I wouldn't
especially if it's like, if you leave, you won't have your magic. It's like,
Yeah.
oh. Then because it would make you want to leave more just because, like, you're stuck there, you
Like,
know?
I can understand Emmy wanting to leave, and, like, she's built this whole life for herself in Chicago. But then everything with Talia, like, I also get Talia's side of not wanting to leave because of her magic. Right, and that whole fear of, like, what if it doesn't come back, though? Like, what if it, like, I just leave and it's gone forever?
But then there's, like, so much of the world that you can see. Like, you literally, like, you can't leave.
Yeah.
Which I like it, but, like, thinking about it now, it's like...
Yeah. I think it'd be a cool place to visit, though. I think there was, like, a reader discussion question.
But I feel like towards, like the second half of the book, it more focused on, like, Emmy's feelings about, like, if she wanted to go back to Chicago or if she wanted to go back, like, or if she wanted to stay there.
Yeah.
I feel like that was, like, the main focus, was her just trying to figure things out.
Yeah. The last question in the reader's guide, which I'm going to be honest, I don't think I can answer just because my memory is shit. But it says, if you could visit just one of Thistle Grove venues described in the book, consider the Honeycake Orchards, the Bitters, Castle Camelot, Ladies Lake, Tintagel, and Tomes and Omens to get you started. What would it be and why? I don't remember any of these places in detail. Like, I know Castle Camelot, because that was, like, the big venue for, like, the last thing. And obviously Tomes and Omens is, like, the bookstore her parents, or, like, her dad runs. Yeah. So that's all I particularly remember. So I think Tomes and Omens, because it's a bookstore.
Yeah, I'd love to go there, or the Ladies Lake, that's what it's called, right?
Ladies Lake, yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably want to go there because just, like, the lore surrounding it, like, it's said to, like, be, like,
right.
like, all, like, the stories around it. I can't remember them, like, specifically, but I feel like I just want to see it.
Yeah.
I'd probably go there first, and then I just spend the rest of my time in Tomes and Omens.
Fair enough.
Oh, and Tomes and Omens is so cool because her dad has it, like, warded to where, like, the books kind of pick people, and, like, they can tell, like, your intentions when picking the book. I thought that was fun.
That's cute. Oh, yeah. I like how Kirsten's still here and she has
I know.
Are you going to finish the book, or you're just here for the vibes at this point? Yeah, Tomes and Omens. I feel like as readers, that's just the obvious choice. I feel like one of those places was, like, the coffee shop or something. I just don't remember which one that is.
The coffee shop.
Yeah, I don't know.
She said, smiley face, I'm so supportive.
There's another book that takes place in Thistle Grove, because there's an excerpt at the back that says From Bad to Curse, and it says there's more.
Oh, yeah, it's a series. I saw that, because I was looking on Goodreads, and it said number 1, and I was like, what?
Who's the main character in this one?
I didn't look into them.
Would it be her cousin, do you think?
Oh, that would make sense.
I'm trying to look for, like... No. There's something about a demon. Just intense.
Oh!
Can you look up the description of the book and see? Because it's told in first person, obviously, and I'm not seeing any... I could just be missing the name, but...
Yeah, The Witches of Thistle Grove. Let's see.
Ooh, that's a fun series title.
Oh, it's about Isadora, which is Talia's sister, I think.
Oh. You think it'd be about a character that we saw more of? Like, I thought it would have been Delilah.
Then, let's see. Number 3.
There's a third one.
Is about a Blackmore. And then... Number 4.
Number 4?
Is about Delilah, yeah.
Delilah coming in at number 4?
Yeah.
Poor Delilah. Also, I'm not gonna lie, every time they shortened her name to Lila, I was like, reasons why not to.
I got excited too.
God, I missed that book. It's a good book. Yeah. What else is there to say? Like, I could not tell you what the tournament was, like what each individual
Yeah, I didn't even understand what was happening, like, as it was going on. Like, I didn't know.
Like, I know the tiebreaker thing was, like, them going to get different items or something. I don't know. I have no idea. Joey? Hey, sweetie. Oh, he's not gonna grab him.
I love their mini versions in your mini library.
Pardon?
The mini versions of your cats and the you made. I love them so much.
Yeah. The Boots one didn't turn out as nice as I wanted it to. Like, from far away, it kind of looks like her, but she's got very unique coloring. Oh, she's gray, but she's also, like, orange. She's so weird. And so it's, like, brown tinted. It was hard. It was hard. But yeah, they're cute. And like, the way I placed them was so specific, too. Like, I put Boots on the chair because she deserves the best, because she's the old lady.
She's the queen.
Then Joey's on the ottoman, because he also deserves a comfy place to sit. And Chandler's on the floor on the opposite side. Not because he doesn't deserve a comfy place to sit, but because he needs to be separated from Boots, because he's just too mean to her.
Oh, yeah.
He just wants to play. Yeah, he just wants to play with her, but she's just old and wants him to leave her alone. So I had to make sure they were all separated.
I like how you put that.
Oh, your thing keeps going mute. Tragic.
Is your phone on? Is your phone on? Yeah. Can you turn off your Bluetooth?
You're connecting to his phone.
I think so.
Ah, stupid Bluetooth.
I know. Thinking AirPods. Let's see what else. What did you think about, like, the conversations Emmy had? Like, the one she had with Lyndon, and then the one she had with, like, her mom and her grandma about, like...
Oh, about, like, what, like...
the deep stuff.
The deep stuff.
The juice.
I liked how the conversation with Lyndon came immediately after the whole conflict with Talia. And I liked how Lyndon wasn't, like, bullshitting her. She was like, maybe she was right, though. Like,
yeah.
Like, maybe you should listen. And, like, look within.
Yeah. I like how, like, they were just, like, so, like, upfront. Like, they didn't, like, they were just like, oh, but, like, like, they were just, like, they just said what they wanted to say, and, like, you know.
I like how her mom was, like, aware of the whole Gareth situation, but it was just, like, you obviously didn't want to talk to me about it. So I didn't, like, push it. Yeah. Yeah, push it to the limit. I don't know why that came to my mind.
It's such a good song.
It is. It's a great movie. Good stuff. Who would I be if I didn't, like, reference Disney Channel at some point?
You're just Disney. You're like the Disney person.
Yeah. So yeah, I like the conversation with the mom as well. The grandma, I'm blanking on specifics.
I think she was like talking to her about, like, how she actually did miss Thistle Grove and she, like, loves it, because she was asking, I think she was asking her something about the tournament, but then it turned into just her being like, I actually really love it here, like, and I did miss it, and then it just, like, I don't remember exactly what she said, but, like, I remember it being cute.
Yeah, and I like how Talia was like, you're just running away, like, you're just, like, that's what you do. And it's like, it's true, because, like, this guy breaks your heart and you have to leave your hometown for, like, ever.
Yeah.
Like, ma'am, come on. Like, I understand. And it's dramatic and I love it. But, like, also you can't let this little boy, this little man.
Yeah.
Keep
child.
Yeah, keep you from, you know, where you're, like, happy and where, like, you know. Yeah. Did you like the conflict between Talia and Emmy?
I think I was kind of, like, impartial with it. Like, I was just kind of like, oh, okay. Like, I didn't mind it, but it felt like a little, like,
I think it came on very sudden.
Yeah. Well, especially because, like, the stuff that happened before, and I don't even, like, remember, like, what led to it, but it just felt, like, intense, but, like...
I just know that they, like, slept together, and then all of a sudden they got... Oh, I think they had just slept together, and then Emmy was like, you never told me why you don't have any tattoos. And then, like, it led into a conversation about her ex-girlfriend. and like her heartbreak and everything like that. And then it led into like a conversation about her being a hopeless romantic and like the reasons why her ex-girlfriend left and how that affected her and like how that kind of related to Emmy.
Yeah. I think it was because Emmy also asked her if she'd ever go to Chicago, and then she was like, no. And then she's like, well, you're just not going to leave.
Yeah, I think it just completely snowballed really, really quickly. Which, like, I don't mind. But I'm like, you just had this really nice moment, and it had to be ruined right away.
Yeah, I was a little salty.
I mean, I've done the same thing in my own books. Yeah. So I get it. Not you just saying, yeah. Like, no, I did. I did that in Reasons Why Not To pretty badly. Sorry, Lila. Sorry, Beckett. Yeah.
Oh, what did you think about Talia getting possessed?
Right. I wish we saw more of it. I wish we saw more of it. I wanted to, like, you know, see some drama.
I wish we could kind of see, like, her point of view. Like, what it looked like for her. Like, that would be great.
That'd be, like, a fun, like, bonus chapter or something.
Yeah. Or, like, a little novella. That would be nice.
Because, like, her mom, Talia's mom, was, like, she can fight it. Like, she's fighting it inside, like, you know, to keep, like, the spirits at bay or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I would have liked to see, like, that, what was going on in her little brain.
It was just funny because afterwards Emmy asked her how it was. She was like, oh, it was lovely, but terrifying. I think I have it. Yeah, she was like, well, it was completely terrible and also phenomenal. The most stomach-dropping thrill I've ever experienced.
Love that. What else did you highlight? I'm running on empty here of things to say.
Oh, I don't remember the context, but Emmy saying maybe I hadn't eaten a totally unreasonable amount of kittens in my former life.
Oh.
I think that was when Talia was, like, being nice to her. I think I scrolled all the way down. I have a lot. Let's see. When she came back and she felt her magic really strong, because that was, like, the transferring from her dad to her.
Right.
I forgot about that. And then she
the
was
whole,
thinking,
plot twist with her.
Yeah, that one I kind of saw coming, but I kind of got excited too because I was like, there's more to it.
There was no critical thinking happening in my brain. I was not trying to figure anything out.
Yeah.
Just not thinking. I was like, ooh, magic, yay.
Yay. Yeah, the first thing I highlighted was maybe the town could sense one of its daughters coming home, even after almost 5 years away.
Look at you.
Let's see.
Could never be me. Well, it could, just not in this situation, I guess.
Oh, and then her describing her parents' house, how it looks like a storybook house.
Those are my favorites. I'd love to live in a little storybook house.
Me too. Oh, and then when her mom assumed that her dog was a familiar, but it was just a normal dog.
She's like, not everything's magical. Like, he's just a dog.
He's just chilling. Oh, and then Dead Frederick in the saloon thing. Loved him. He's the little skeleton guy. You don't remember him? I love him.
There was a skeleton?
Yeah, it was in like the bar that she went to. They decorated for Halloween, and there was a giant skeleton with a leprechaun hat.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Dead Frederick.
See, I read that a while ago because I took a pause at some point.
Yeah.
Where I wasn't really reading. Yeah, like I put it down for a minute to read a bit of Pride and Prejudice. And then I got bored with Pride and Prejudice. And then I also listened to As Good as Dead, I think, by Holly Jackson. So
is your first time reading that book?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did you finish it?
I did, yeah. It was a time.
Let me know what you thought.
Oh, I will.
Oh, and then when she calls Talia the sexy tundra wolf. I like that. Let's see. Good soup indeed. I don't think I have like anything that interesting.
Yeah, there was a couple of quotes I liked. I just didn't have the energy in me to like write them down.
Oh, there was a line in there that said a darker shade of magic.
Did I not?
Yeah, I don't remember what they were talking about, but they said something, and then it was like a darker shade of magic. And I
can't remember if I clued in on that or not.
I put a heart next to it.
Obviously, I know that near the end there they mentioned Buffy. Vampire Slayer. I mentioned Buffy reruns or like rewatching Buffy. I was like, I just watched Buffy. Oh, I love me some good Buffy.
Mm-hmm.
Is Kirsten still here? Have you watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the show? I need to know. Have you watched? You haven't watched it. You need to watch it.
To.
You need to watch it. Buffy. I could just like completely like derail this entire live show and just talk about Buffy. Please, both of you, please watch Buffy. It's like
fun.
It's one of those things where like I finished it and immediately wanted to watch it again, but I had to stop myself because it's 7 seasons. Like I couldn't do that. I'm watching the spin-off show right now. I haven't watched it in a while, but it's not as good. So I don't recommend that as much, but Buffy. I also watched the movie recently, and that was Ultimate Cheese. Ultimate Campy. Not Canby. Campy. But it was kind of funny at the same time. Like, it was kind of cute. See, my mom loves that show, and she loves the books, too. Completely different vibes. Okay, like, Buffy is cheesy, it's silly, but it's also, like, just so much fun.
I don't think I know what True Blood is.
Oh, it's like a vampire show on HBO. And it's HBO, so like
yeah.
My mom loves.
She said it's very naughty.
Yeah, HBO. she said what I wouldn't. She said what my eyebrows were saying. Like, yeah, my mom loves the books. She loves the show. Like that and Twilight are her vampire things. Two very different spectrum of things.
I'm planning on reading Twilight for the first time this fall.
Oh my god.
I've never seen the movies either.
How?
I don't know. All I know about, like, and I haven't really been spoiled for them either. All I know is, like, Edward and Jacob, and then that one scene in one of the movies where a guy gets his head ripped off. That's all I know.
Nice. Do you know the context of that?
No.
Okay. That was a time.
Yeah, I don't know how, like, but I'm excited.
I remember watching that in the theaters and my mind just being blown. I used to be a huge Twihard. I'm ashamed to admit. And I went to like all the showings of the movies except the first one. I did miss the first one. Read all the books. Oh god.
Yeah, I don't know how I haven't like experienced them before. I think it's because when I was younger, my older sister was reading the books, but my mom was like very into like Christianity at the time, so she was like, "Oh, you can't read those." So then I just never did it. So
damn. The only like reservation my mom had was about the last book because like sexy times happened. And I was like 11, so she was like, maybe hold off on that one for like a hot second. She didn't make me wait very long. Like I think I was like, I think I read it like when I was 12. Like there's that much of a. Jeez. I think she let me read it because like the movie was coming out, so she was like, okay.
Yeah.
Plus, like she also let me read Vampire Academy, which also, like it was Fade to Black. I don't remember what Twilight was like in the books, but still, like there was.
Yeah, it was implied.
Yeah. Plus, like Rose in the Vampire Academy is like everyone considers her to be like a slut, which like is very of its time. Came out a long time ago. But like everyone's like, oh, like Rose, like she, you know, she's easy. She like blah blah blah. Even though like she actually is like a virgin, so like okay.
Yeah.
Rumors about that.
Yeah, that's very of its time then.
Kirsten. I was rebellious then.
I didn't see that first message. All I saw was the rebellious one.
Yeah. Not a huge Twilight fan these days.
Yeah. I just want to see what they're like.
You should vlog.
Since
your
I'm a reader.
Experience.
Oh, I'm planning on it. I'm planning on doing like a Twilight vlog.
I mean, if you are going to do it, this would be the season to do so.
I keep seeing like it's ha 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 season things on Instagram. Is that how the song goes?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's in like one of the songs, I think. I keep seeing those.
To me, it's just like you're just slow-mo laughing at me. And I'm like, what's happening? Like, why are you slow-mo laughing?
You know how it be sometimes.
The Twilight soundtrack, though, it does hit.
Oh, I've heard
Like-
people say it's like the perfectly crafted soundtrack.
Like, they got Linkin Park in there. Love me some Linkin Park. They've got whatever that baseball song is. That's also I don't listen to that song, but that was fabulous. Like, do you know anything about the baseball?
I know about the baseball, I just don't know like the scene.
How weird. Why are these vampires just playing baseball? Oh my god. This show is weird. The movie weird.
Yeah. It's strange.
Funny story, my mom loves Twilight, right? And she bought Life and Death, the like gender bent Twilight. She bought that when it came out in paperback. Never finished it. And it's still sitting in her car in like the like back seat like pocket thing on the back of the front seat. Like it's been in there since the paperback came out. No one's touched it. It's just in there. It's like damaged because it's like been folded in like a weird way. Like, and I'm like, why don't you just like sell it? Like, bring it inside the house. And she's like,
it's just a part of her car at this point.
It is a part of her car. But like, I'll take a picture next time I'm in there.
Yes.
It's just sitting there.
Why is that so funny? She just put it there one day, and it's just been there ever since.
It's home now.
That's so funny.
Yeah, she didn't like it, and I'm like, Mom, I could have told you that. Like, I'm like, I didn't have to read it, and I could tell you that you wouldn't like it.
That's tricky.
Yeah. Anyways, she does love herself some vampires. True Blood, Twilight, Vampire Academy. She loves it all.
Vampires are just fun.
She's not watched Buffy though. I'm trying to convince her to. So it's fun.
She needs to.
Yeah, so you should watch Buffy. That was a really long thing just to talk about Buffy. All because they mentioned Buffy. Like, they didn't even write Buffy the Vampire Slayer. They just said Buffy.
It was just a mention of Buffy.
Oh,
love
that. Love that Buffy.
Yeah. I don't think I have any other like substantial highlights.
Yeah. We're having a hard time these past couple of months.
We have, which is sad. I do have one where Emmy is getting, like, she stands up, and then Talia stands up, and then she makes a note about how her knees don't crack. Like, how her knees crack. I was like, my knees crack when I
my
stand
toes
up.
crack, my knees crack, my neck cracks real bad.
Yeah, my neck has been awful recently.
My neck is always cracked. Like, even when I was like freaking like 7 years old. I'm like, what the
I
hell?
saw a tweet today, and it was like one morning in your mid-20s, you wake up with weird neck, shoulder, or back pain, and you think, oh, maybe I slept wrong, and then it's just there for the rest of your life. Like, yeah. Let's see if I got anything else.
There's this question. Over the course of the book, Emmy experiences a lot of guilt for the way she interacted with her best friend Lyndon and her parents after she left town. Given the circumstances, do you think Emmy did wrong by those she left behind? Would you have behaved any differently?
Oh, that is a good question. I feel like the way she behaved was like normal, because she was trying to like kind of make a new life and just like completely forget the place. But like she should have, I don't know. It's hard to say.
What made me sad was like she thought it was like a mutual growing apart of her and Lyndon. Like she was like, oh, like we both just are like moving on, like we're not as close as we used to be. But really that was just her pulling away and Lyndon was like just left in the dust.
Yeah, that made me sad.
Like when she like opened up and they were like in some sort of field or something. And Lyndon was just like, you just left. Like, gone.
Yeah,
I don't remember what she said, but
made me tear up a little bit.
Yeah, anything about friendships just makes me sad.
Yeah,
I think she should have tried. Like, I think cutting yourself off from the town, like, because she was, the whole breakup with Gareth, understandable, and then the whole thing of like the Harlows are like bottom of like
the lesser witches,
the totem pole, if you will.
mm-hmm.
So I can understand wanting to like make something of yourself and like, you know, separate yourself from that, but I don't think it was necessary to pull away from like your friends and your family. Like you could have like made a serious like invitation for them to come out and visit you. Like you could have come back and visited yourself. Like it didn't have to be an all or nothing kind of situation.
Yeah, I feel like she was just in like such a place of hurt that she didn't really like realize that was what she was doing. Like she was just like, oh, like I have to do something here and like be like grand and like all this stuff because I could never do this. I think she was kind of like trying to prove herself that like just because she's a Harlow doesn't mean that she can't be successful. Like she was just, and she didn't realize like everything she was like taking for granted.
What did you think about Gareth not recognizing her at first?
I thought it was a little silly.
Because like,
yeah,
do people really change that much? Like, yeah, I understand it's been like a decade. I understand that she really like cut her hair a lot. But I'm like, but do you like change that much to where like if you had like a relationship with somebody?
Yeah. Well, especially like the voice and the face, those don't really change.
Yeah.
Like he should have recognized, but
and then like when she like reacted to him with such like animosity and he just like still didn't like pick up on anything.
He was
like
wasted.
I mean, that I understand, like he was drunk, but like like he didn't recognize her until she was like all big and huge.
I love that realization though, where he was like, oh
my bad. It's like I can't imagine. Like if I were to see anybody from my life 10 years ago, I would still recognize them.
I would too.
Like maybe that just speaks to our character and his, but like
yeah, that's just who he is.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah, I feel like I guess her hair was different because it used to be really long and she dyed it too, right?
Yeah, but that doesn't change your face.
Yeah, or voice. I don't know. Gareth is a weird one. I don't know what he was fed.
Like at that point, like it's 10 years from when they were like 18 or something. Like you're like you look like yourself when you're 18. Like that's what you're gonna look like. You're just gonna get older. You know what I mean? It's not like you were like 10.
Yeah. And your features like completely change. Yeah.
Right. Or like, you know, like pre-pubescent. Like you were post-pubescent. Come on.
Yeah. Get it together, man.
Post-pubescent.
That was funny.
I like this question. All things considered, do you think Emmy's relationship with Gareth was the worst thing to happen in her life, or possibly the best? How might her life have looked otherwise had the romance between them never happened?
Well, I'm a firm believer in that like everything happens for a reason, which is like when in the moment and someone tells that to me, it makes me so mad. But like I realize it and like I'm aware of it. But like without that relationship, it's not like I don't think it's the best thing that happened to her because obviously that was a really shitty situation. Yeah. But like after like the outcome of it, like none of that would have happened without it.
I think it gave her the push that she needed to find herself.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But it was awful. But like without it, she probably wouldn't have really grown much, I guess.
Yeah. It probably was like one of the worst things to happen to her though.
Yeah, I agree.
From what we know of her life, like what else was like so awful?
Like, I mean, she literally left her hometown because of it.
Yeah, like I do feel like that was like a defining moment in her life where like you're like at crossroads. Like you can do one thing, like stay where you are and just like not change at all, or like you could take what happened to you and like use it for like good and yeah, because I don't think she would have ended up with Talia.
Probably not at all.
Yeah.
Like it just especially because like the whole reason for them like getting close in the first place is because of their revenge on him. Like that would have never happened.
Yeah.
Oh, what did you think of like the witchy forest that they went to by Talia's house?
That was kind of cool with all the ghosties everywhere.
The ghost trees.
Like, they started like making out, and then the ghosties were just
watching. I stopped
them.
2 pages before that happened. Like I stopped like there for like a week and I didn't come back to it. And I was so mad when I got to it. I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
That's the worst.
I was so mad at myself.
It's like when you finally like you stop reading a book and you get back to it and you realize the best scene in the entire book happened next, and you're like, if I had only read one more chapter, then I could have like finished this book like that.
Yeah.
I think that happened when I was reading The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. Like I was really struggling to get into it for some reason, and I just wasn't in the mood for it. And I put it down, and when I picked it back up, like in the next couple of chapters, like it got really good. I was like, really?
And then you were messaging me being like, "Please read it." Please.
It is so good.
I think my hold is gonna be in soon. Let me see.
Like the way that Ashley Poston weaved that story, mind-boggling. It was beautiful. I really loved it. I really loved it. It was so good. Yeah, I don't think I have much else to say about this.
Yeah, I think that's all I had.
Yeah. So our book for October is The Odds by Lindsay Puckett. Yes. I am so excited. I've already read it this year because I got an arc of it at some point. I don't remember when. Like early summer, late spring, sometime around there. And it was so good. So I'm so excited to reread it in spooky season. If I can get my hands on a copy. My copy's in storage. Yeah, so it's really cute, really fun, amazing, spooky middle grade.
I'm so excited for it.
I do think we're going to have a good discussion about that one. I think there's a lot of stuff in it, and I'm going to do my best to take notes when I reread it because I've already read it before. So, like, I can hopefully, like, pause to, like, actually think and use my brain.
Yeah.
But, like, there's, like, the plot is really good. The characters are really good. So, I'm excited.
It's going to be my first Lindsay Puckett book, and I'm excited because I love her.
Her writing is so cute, and like her voice is just so perfect for middle grade, and her personality is just so perfect for middle grade. Like it's spoopy, it's silly, it's crazy, it's fun. It's a good time. It's a good one. Yeah, so that is what we're reading this month. So please do join along with us and read The Odds by Lindsay Puckett. It's a really short book, so like you can just read it real quick. It's a middle grade, easy read, super fun. Yeah, and I recommend that you read it with us.
Please read it with us.
Oh, please be our friend. But yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed this discussion. And we will see you guys next time. Wait, were we planning on doing the 24-hour readathon?
I think so. We just need to solidify the details.
Yeah, so we were hoping to do a like spooky 24-hour readathon at some point this month and doing like reading sprints because it was our original plan to do reading sprints every single month at this book club, and we've done it like twice.
Yeah.
So we're hoping if we do a 24-hour readathon, it will also help us to, push ourselves to do that. So we're hoping to do some reading sprints, 24-hour readathon, sometime this month, probably in the 3rd or 4th week of the month, just because I go on a cruise next week and will not be home. Although I did find out I have Wi-Fi. So.
Oh, yay! I got so scared I wasn't going to be able to talk to you. I got so scared.
Yeah, so stay tuned for information on that. Follow us on Twitter if you want to know information, or sometimes I'll post on the community tab or on my Instagram. I'm pretty sure everything is linked down below. But yes, we will see you guys next time. Bye.